Hi, everyone. Welcome to the SVG New Sponsor Spotlight. I'm joined with Derek Badala, who is the Digigram Director of Sales for the Americas, and Brittany Hilton, who is the Digigram Broadcast Sales Manager. Brittany and Derek, good to see you both. Thank you for joining us today.
Good to see you.
So, Derek, I'm going to start with you. Obviously, our goal with this segment is to give our members and other sponsors, honestly, a chance to understand what our new sponsors are all about. Digigram, give us kind of the elevator pitch on what Digigram is all about and what you kind of bring to the marketplace.
Sure. Digigram has been in the broadcast industry for quite some time, especially on the radio side. They are no foreign to audio over IP. They were the inventor of ether sound way back and saw a need in the marketplace as broadcasters were going to transition from ISDN to public IP. So they started developing a line of codecs and a line of technology for doing reliable audio over unreliable public internet. And I can't think of a better application of that than Remy Productions for sports commentary and things of that nature. So they've been busy over the last several years creating what is known as the One IP solution, which is all about having a remote codec in the field, studio codecs receiving signals, and probably the most significant thing is being able to manage all of this. So if you're running several Remy productions, how can I have remote talent calling a game, let's say, and have complete control of each talent's box if I'm in New Jersey and the game is in Tampa, for example, and then to be able to replicate and scale that on a wide scale, save travel costs, et cetera. So, but that's probably the high level description of what it is and how it might apply to this audience.
Excellent. Great. Well, Brittany, as the broadcast sales manager, so you're on the front lines, right? Talking to customers and clients.
Yes, I am.
So what are some of the advantages of the system? I mean, I think obviously one of the themes for all these remote productions is audio is often the trickiest part, right? A lot of people don't understand that. And then obviously if you are dealing with talent at home, that, you don't want to make it too complicated. You want to help them just get on air and relax and do their job. So walk me through sort of what you're seeing out there as when you talk to customers about the challenges of Remy and then how Digigram kind of solves some of those issues.
Yeah. Well, so first starting off, some of the IQOYA talk products and the IQOYA Crosslink and the IQOYA Connect are some of the solutions that we're offering to customers to be able to connect remotely and also be able to configure any of their crosslinks from a remote location. All you have to do is really turn it on and someone else can look for your IP address and then be able to set it up and then connect those boxes remotely as well. And so those are some of the applications we're bringing to the customers, make it easier to either work from home, do remote talent, broadcast, or even on the field as well.
Excellent. So as far as the how easy it is to deploy, the cost roughly, I mean, what's sort of the value proposition, if you will, and how simple it is to deploy it in the field?
Well, each one of the products have a different price point too, so I'll have to get that to you later for the MSRP because each one of them do have different prices to it. But we are very cost effective when it comes to the market strategy on the market.
Excellent, great.
Yeah, as far as deployment and simplicity, one of the challenges that we see a lot is if you have a fleet of these boxes and they go out to the field, you have that oh my God moment where I didn't configure it. Well, what Digigram did that's quite unique is everything's in the cloud. So you can set up usernames and passwords for your talent. And all they have to do is when they turn on the box, as Brittany stated, they log in, all the settings come down. So it really doesn't get any simpler than that for the talent. So the broadcasters can send out a kit. And then once that comes online, they, in a web GUI anywhere in the world, they can see all the codecs and take control of them, mixers and headphone mixes and pretty much everything from mic gain and all of the audio challenges that you normally have to have somebody on site to deal with.
Right, great, excellent. So Brittany, as far as the just trends, again, that you're maybe hearing from people, obviously we are hoping that the world gets back to normal, whatever that's going to be, with announcers on site, but there will be some opportunities for announcers to to still work remotely or to bring in other guests who historically would not have been part of the show because you had to get them from point A to point B. You can give them this box and they can kind of tap in. What do you see as the long-term impact of this sort of new way of working with talent being able to work from home and special guest appearances from celebrities to be able to be much more easy as opposed to rolling in a satellite truck up to their driveway? Do you think this stuff is here to stay?
I think it is here to stay. I think people have adapted this to be a part of their infrastructure at this point. They've also realized that it's kind of easy, like I said, Derek was pointing out, that it's very easy to deploy. And if you do have a problem talent that cannot really execute it very well, you can also have the engineer being able to completely remote control all of the information, such as the guest, or even, like you said, dialing to the IQOYA talk and be able to control all of the voice and limiting and the distribution of it and where it's going to go. So you can change the destination on the fly as well. So I think it makes it adaptable to the market. I was going to mention the MPX as one of our new features of software and hardware, as well as the IQOYA talk will be releasing the wireless infrastructure for it. So you don't have to have a hardline wire to run all the way through your house, especially if you've had new hired talent. And they're like, now I got to run all these wires through my house and then the dog's tripping over it. So now you'll have a wireless infrastructure that will be easy to use. Oh, so those are two of the new items that I want to talk about as broadcast.
That's great. Yeah. Discussing Ethernet ports with the lay people is just never a good idea.
No. I mean, it also has 2 SIM card slots. So these can be deployed with SIM cards already installed. Wow. And then the Wi-Fi is the feature that Brittany's referring to.
That's great. Excellent. Great. Well, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate you guys jumping on board and becoming part of our conversations going forward. So thanks again.
Thanks.
It's my pleasure.